One has to be careful when doing stories and thinking about the creation of a story in a photograph. Take, for instance, the current story that I am thinking about. It's a very personal one, and one to do with my family's Aboriginal heritage, and one that carries with it a lot of responsibility. And that's exactly what storying is, a responsibility. When you are creating and crafting a story in photographs, you have a responsibility. A responsibility to tell the story as the person sees it in a way that they want you to express it for them as their photographer. You have a responsibility to honor that, to do that with trust and deep understanding, a knowing that is beyond just taking a pretty picture. When your clients tell you the story, and it could be a very highly personal one, how do you honor that? You see, I believe storying in photographs isn't just creating beautiful photographs and hoping that they like it. Storytelling in photography is honoring a journey, honoring emotions, honoring something that is so sacred to a person, something that is heartfelt. And so, as I begin to think about and plan my own storytelling in that way with my photographs and for my own personal story, I have to think about the people that it will impact, the legacy that I will be sharing, and the legacy that I'll be holding, and ensuring that I do it with such commitment, such grace and reverence that it speaks for itself. That the photographs don't require any explanation to the viewer, and it's not just a show and tell situation of, here, look what I created, isn't it good? Doing that is selfish. And if you are a true photographer, storyteller, or a storyteller in general, selfishness isn't in your DNA. And that is why creating an idea for the story can be so difficult. Because when you think about all of that, it's quite a bit of pressure. A lot of pressure, actually. And that pressure can be really frightening to the point of constantly procrastinating. Because when you think about all of that and the way the story is no longer as just a photograph, the photo is a legacy of hope, of trust, of love, of dignity, of reverence, of a culture and a history, a story of beauty and strength. There's a lot that goes into the first part of a story. And as a storyteller, these are the kinds of things that you actually have to remember and that you have to actually really deeply think about. And that's why it's important not to rush the process, but to take your time to do the deep self-reflection thinking. And how can you do that? Well, you can do that just by going out into nature or sitting in your backyard and letting the chaos of normality become very, very quiet. And just engage your seven senses with everything that is in and around you in that moment. Your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your hands, your body, and your spirit. Yeah. Because when you do that in that way, the story will come to you, and the pieces of that story will also come to you. It might be in the shape of a bird or a butterfly. It might be in the different way that the light from the sun shines down and creates shadows or lights up something that you had never actually witnessed before or realized that it wasn't even there. It might be in a sound that you hear grazing across a breeze. It might be in the thoughts that come because you've let your mind wander and be free. You've opened up a floodgate for what could be possible. And it might be something that actually touches your skin, a leaf falling from the tree, an ant climbing up your leg. There are so many ideas and experiences that happen when you open up all of your senses and you just be. So I am off to go and do exactly that. And maybe if you're thinking of doing it too, I wish you all the best in what you will actually find. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.